Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this live stream with Mr. M.
How you doing, man?
All right, pretty good.
Happy
you know
Monday.
what? I noticed gold's a little bit off.
Oh,
there,
yeah,
but
let me fix it. Sorry.
But yeah, man.
There
You know what? I want you guys to know that Trump saved Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoin is right where it is right now, right? At 108, this is because of Trump. No other reason, right? No others reason should you be looking for other than Trump. Do you believe that?
Yeah, you better sit down because you have a hell of a show plan for you today. Thank God we have Trump who saved everything, right?
Yeah. Here he comes to save the day. No,
He's going to make Bitcoin great again. Amazing.
wow, man. Well, guys, I'm in the pipe 5x5. I know there's a lot of sleepy people there with the sleep coin, but thanks for coming out, right? There's also like, what else is there? Let's see here. Good morning.
Good,
How you
Sarah.
doing?
Good to see you, Sarah.
Oh boy, real world assets. You know what? I think real world assets probably going to do well, but at the same time, you know what? I'm going to be sticking with my Bitcoin, not real world asset, because when you deal with real world assets, they can take it away, right? That's the problem, right? And they always find a way to do that, some loophole to get you. So that's my concern about RWA. But other than that, right? I mean, so it depends, right? Of course, you know, BlackRock behind the RWA, then I think
That's
they're
game
not
on.
they're not taking away from BlackRock.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They'll
No, I'm
keep
saying.
they get dollars.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'd have to have a big name on that one. Let's see here. What else are you guys talking about? We won. Good morning.
I like this,
good
and it
morning.
says, if you need Donald Trump to save Bitcoin, yeah, it was a joke. But yeah, that's why save is in, you know. But yeah, it's an interesting night in New Zealand. Well, thank you for tuning in.
All right. With that said, guys, thank you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and let's get on to the news, right? First, hit subscribe over at Mr. M's podcast, and you got to check out this banger of a video, right? The Maybach talk, right? Must see, right? Video. Look at that.
I think that's probably the best Maybach ever. It's such a packed video, so you guys need to check it out. It's flying, by the way.
Sure, if retire is spelled correctly there.
Did I make a mistake?
I don't think that's the correct way to spell retire. right?
Retire?
But yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, retire.
that seems for some reason it doesn't seem right to me. Retire.
Maybe they have different versions for different type of
Maybe
English.
it's just I don't know.
See, retired or retire.
Retire. Okay. Well, I might be wrong. It just seemed right. It doesn't seem right.
Maybe there are a bunch of ways to spell it, but
No,
yeah,
no.
go and check it out because it's a great video. And thanks again for allowing me to use the car, man. Fantastic.
All right. With that said, let's get married, right? Wait a second. Who's that?
Look at me in the tornado, whatever the thing is called.
Okay.
People at my age going to propose the crypto market.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, these guys are naive. I don't know how they
I
do
know.
it, but they have the best memes, man, coming
Exactly. I mean, it would have been more funny if they raised her and just like, crypto market was the tornado, right? And that would have been icing on the cake.
in.
Right?
Exactly. All right, alt season. Someone is trying to say alt season is getting attacked because there's a lot of interesting take on altcoin season, right? So it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. Our alts going to rally. This time is different. Bitcoin is going to the moon and the alts are going to die. A lot of interesting discussions out there.
I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. I think the big money's coming into the Bitcoin and they're going to put billions of dollars, and they already are putting billions of dollars, right? I mean, everywhere you turn, there's a new company putting $1 billion into it. So, do you hear that about alt season? No.
Yeah, but I do believe that at some point there's going to be a rotation. I don't know, but Bitcoin has to go ballistic first, right? So there's going to be a moment where someone is going to gamble into some stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe not as big as before.
True.
Maybe.
Liquidity will come. Some liquidity will come. So,
I think so. It's just difficult to say when because
alt season. Speaking of alt season, damn, it's like no season.
Yeah, it's Bitcoin season.
Yes.
Do you think it's because memes have literally taken away? I mean, maybe because also the memes and also because Bitcoin is 100,000, right?
Yeah. I think it's the memes, right? Because only a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to get into Chainlink because, it's too late for me. Missed it to 2 cents. Missed it, right? So, yeah, it is that I missed it feeling. And so they want to catch. That's why everybody goes, let me see if I can buy a meme coin that's going to go to the moon.
Yeah. I mean, Farcoin is doing well.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that one.
Exactly.
Satoshi season, exactly. It's Satoshi season at the minute. But I still believe that at some point when Bitcoin is going to go banana, there is going to be a rotation of some sort and people are going to gamble their win.
Rotate into farts.
For sure. For sure.
BTC is here. This looked like when I was like hovering over it, it looked like a line outside of the.
He's going down. He's living the rainbow. Yeah, I mean, 220 is not crazy. So it's very conservative. We actually have a bunch of videos with some, serious targets ahead. So 220, it's not too bad, right? It's not too crazy. It's possible.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess 200 is like a little, it's.
I mean, the edge kind of thing, but it's not like a million per se, right? Which we will see, but not in this cycle, I believe.
$1 million coming. Maybe this cycle, maybe not.
Exactly. Who knows? What we do know, though, is on exchanges, the balances keep going down. It's actually the lowest in 6 years.
Exactly. So with balances going down and not prices being so high, it's like something's going to give, right? That, these prices, like these people, here's the thing. When it comes to Bitcoin, right? You never have to sell on our current financial system. You never have to sell. Let me repeat that for you. You never have to sell. Now, the only issue with that, right, of course, is because you're going to have to hold it custodial, have somebody else hold it for you. And when you do have that, although you're not selling, nobody says that they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? And so, whilst they're holding it as custody, they said, don't worry, man. I got your Bitcoin. You can borrow against it, right?
Yeah. Here's some dollars.
And then they're going to be dropping the price in order so that they can, get the price down, right? Get you liquidated and pay you some paper dollars.
Which they're going to print soon, by the way.
Exactly. So, just remember that's the game, right? That is the game. And don't get twisted. All right, but this is good. This is good news, and remember, right, that this is going to go even further if these people are smart and they're like Michael Sam says, "Yeah, you want my Bitcoin? Read between the lines." If you're smart like that, Bitcoin will continue to go like that, go down and down and down forever, and hopefully these corporations that do buy Bitcoin, they're smart like that, right? If they're not, well, you see what's going to happen, right? They're going to try to push the price down whilst you're borrowing against it and try to drop it like 50, 60, 70, even 80%.
Yep.
Right? To get you liquidated, right? That's what they will do because that's how they do. This crime syndicate.
This is, I've seen a bunch of comments in the chat, of course, people praising XRP, whatever, but this is exactly how we feel, right? What it feels for Bitcoiners listening to someone explaining why their crypto token, you can put whatever you want in there, is going to be the next Bitcoin.
Clinch.
Yeah, every muscles hurts.
And
guess what? There is not going to be the next Bitcoin, guys. There is not going to be. That's my opinion. That doesn't mean that some alts are going to do well. They will do something, but there's just one Bitcoin. That's it.
Exactly.
But that's how we feel, right?
This guy must have one whole Bitcoin, right?
Exactly.
May I ask, what made you fall in love with him?
Oh, it was his charming smile and how affectionate he is.
There you go. I love the caption. She fell for the smile, not for the fact that the bro owns a full Bitcoin. True love. This is gonna be for people they own one Bitcoin soon, right?
Damn.
Do you think this cannot be real, man? Come on.
No.
This is staged. It's a joke.
This is
right?
staged.
Yeah, it's a joke. but you know, maybe it's not that far, right? If you guys go and read the comments, some of them are hilarious.
Oh damn.
I hope the bro remembers.
See it alive.
Oh, legend. You see anyone alive? Amazing.
Oh damn. Wow. Funny.
Yeah, but it's going to be like this. A bunch of people actually came out and they say that owning one Bitcoin is going to be the next American dream. Right?
This will be me someday.
Super funny. Yeah,
Wow.
comments are hilarious. Okay, but look at Kevin. This could be the answer why altcoin season might be delayed.
Really?
But it's Bitcoin. I mean, if you want exposure to crypto volatility, it's Bitcoin. I mean, it's not, ETH is not the go-to place unless you start to understand the utility of it. And then you start to ask yourself, well, why am I only in ETH? Why am I not in L2s? Like, why am I just doing ETH? So I think for the billions that are waiting to come into crypto, it's not going to be ETH. It's going to be Bitcoin itself. And, you know, frankly, there's a lot of people that say, I don't need anything else. If I want exposure to crypto volatility, I'll just buy Bitcoin. And they haven't been wrong.
Oh man.
How do you feel about this?
Whenever I hear this guy, I mean, did you know how he was, right? When Bitcoin in the early days in 2013, he was like Mr. Champion in Canadian news all over the place. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta buy. But as soon as he went to the US news, it's like, what? You mean to tell me I'm gonna put real money into these crypto? What? Crypto? I don't get it. He was pretending like he's dumb. And it was annoying as F.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know what kind of game he played, but he's gone in. I think he's the second cycle he's in now, and he's pro quote unquote crypto. He even has an exchange in Canada. No, he purchased an exchange. I think.
What a I don't know where this guy is. Like, I don't know what to believe whenever this guy speaks, man. I swear to God.
But I don't dislike Kevin. I think he's gone through a journey. Maybe he was confused. Remember he discussed with, what's the other name of the guy, the other shark? Mark Cuban. And Mark Cuban said bananas have more value than Bitcoin. You remember?
Yes.
And he came out and said, no, I disagree. So it's gone like, yeah, I know what you're saying though. It wasn't always in the same mindset. It's gone into a journey, right? So
yeah, but come on, man. You should have seen him on CNBC.
yeah, no, I have not seen that. Yeah, so I don't know.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. I mean, we need to bring up some of his videos.
Okay,
just
maybe
someday.
we'll find it.
Because it was bad. It was very bad. And this is after 2000. It's not like, here's the thing. It would be okay if he was like that from the beginning, right?
But
And
it's
then
been
found religion.
inconsistent.
No.
Fair enough. To be fair, I've only seen quote unquote bullish videos, but yeah, I've not seen the other stuff that you probably saw in when he was in Canada.
Yeah. See, but because you know what, he knows that it's only going to be a few people are going to see
They
it,
remember.
that are going to remember and stuff like that, and the rest of them are just going to forget. So, and that's because people have like short-term memories, right? And that's it. That's why Paris Hilton is freaking got married, right?
Yeah.
Somebody freaking forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point as well. He was also in FTX as well. Yeah, that's a good point, Michael. Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, and by the way, there's a difference between someone who was not getting it in the beginning and they've gone through a journey and they now got it, like Sailor, for example.
Exactly, Sailor.
Versus someone who's been
got it from the beginning and then decided he was not going to get it
and
just
then
to get paid.
and then he's all of a sudden he gets it again. Okay, fair enough. Okay, this could be a massive thing. So apparently, there's going to be a vote tonight or tomorrow. So this was a few hours ago on potentially remove Bitcoin from capital gains. This would be huge. If the US says we're not going to tax Bitcoin on gains, wow.
Yeah, because
They want it,
limited
right?
supply, right? So, and because when you explain it that to most people, right, the most average Joe, if you like, I have some friends who are Americans who have not mentioned the Bitcoin on their that they actually own Bitcoin, and they're wondering what to do, right? And so by eliminating the capital gains tax, all of a sudden those Bitcoins become free to be sold to them, for Lamborghinis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, fair enough.
And once that happens, well, you see what happens is that somebody else can get those Bitcoin. Those Bitcoin comes available because that's the only way to get them.
Tax free.
Hey,
Tax free. You don't
Gimme.
pay taxes, give it to me. I mean,
Exactly.
they will manage to. Honestly, if this passes, I think they'll manage to get a lot of Bitcoin.
yeah, a lot of Bitcoin will come out in America. A lot.
Some of the people are actually going to move there because of the fact that they can now spend their Bitcoin
I
tax free.
think, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, a lot of Americans who just like screw the tax man kind of deal, more so, right, will show up, right? We even know a few people, right, that in the crypto space, but we can't mention their names.
Yeah, of course,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, that used to be that hiding their crypto from the American government, Bitcoin, and so they're holding and buying and stuff like that, and never selling and never revealing that they actually have Bitcoin. And once that disappears, then there's no need to hide it, right? Yeah, so no, done.
I wonder what happens. I mean, this is all hypothetical, of course. We don't know if this is going to happen, right? There's going to be a vote, so it could go either way.
Exactly.
But this could be, if this happens, this could be opening a bunch of different things for Bitcoin, right? Not just the tax.
Yeah.
That you'll be able to. I mean, it's becoming a legal tender.
Exactly. It's
that-
the first step on legal tender.
Yeah. What's happening next, right? So, could be very interesting.
And then but then you'll see, like, I think this opening up, if we get a vote on this and then this gets passed, like, for example, if we get a vote and it's positive and it gets passed sometime in November or December, right, we could count that as a, what's it called, sell the news event.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, Bitcoin will end its reign, its upward movement if we see that, because there's always some sort of event every single cycle that causes Bitcoin to go, okay, that's it.
That was the top.
That's the top. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's not a bad point. And we also still have the vote on interest rates in July and in September. And apparently, everyone is expecting the Feds to touch the interest rates in September. So that could be maybe the top, right? Where there's going to be a rally after the fact that now the interest rate is going up, and boom, maybe we rally, and then we're going to have to wait for another bull cycles. That's difficult.
All right, let's see. Well, this is a long one. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
Look at the pattern of Bitcoin after a halving. So here's a little Bitcoin price analysis for you guys. So there's been a couple of halving cycles that have happened. And I asked him to go back and look at the price performance 1 month after a halving, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and 18 months after a halving. And what you notice is that there are these moments initially where essentially when you go through a Bitcoin halving, people are sort of reassessing what's happening and they're trying to figure it out. That's sort of what I would say happens in the first month, and roughly what also happens in the first 3 months. But then within 6 months to a year and 18 months of these things, there are these crazy price appreciation cycles that happen. So that's what this page shows, which is, 18 months after the first halving, the Bitcoin price returned 45x. After the second halving, it returned almost 28x. And after this third halving, it returned almost an 8x, which is really incredible returns in such a short period of time. If you go to the next page. And so if you graph that, this is what it starts to show, which is what is this price performance after each of these halving cycles. Now, why is that interesting? Well, it's interesting because on top of this halving, which theoretically, if history is a guide, we should see some price appreciation. Obviously, the other thing that's happened is we've commercialized Bitcoin. And we talked about this sort of as my big prediction for 2024, which is these ETFs are really going to allow Bitcoin to cross the chasm and have its sort of central key moment, right? And so if you apply the averages, and again, these are just averages, they're by no means predictions. Okay, so I just want to qualify that.
Yeah,
These are
this
just
is not financial advice.
It's not financial advice. These are just guesses.
data.
We took these and we applied it to the price of Bitcoin. And if you go to the next page, you start to see what could happen if you just take the average of the last few cycles. So because the first cycle was so extreme, and you start to
so you're just doing cycle 2 and 3 here, to be clear.
just the averages of cycle 2 and 3, and what you start to see is some really meaningful appreciation. And when I talked to Wences about this, how he explained it, which makes a lot of sense to me, is there are a lot of countries that will never look at Bitcoin credibly, even if they support it. The US may be one of those, but there's an increasing body of countries that will become dual currency. And they will look at their local currency, and then they will look at Bitcoin. And they will say both of these two things are needed. One, when you're transacting on a daily basis for random goods and services. And two, when you need to buy a permanent asset that needs to have residual value, you'll use something like BTC. And I think that's a very powerful concept. And if you look at what this price chart could indicate, is that if this thing starts to get to these levels of appreciation, it is going to completely replace gold and start to become, you should really...
Okay.
So there's a lot to unpack.
I was about to say there's a
lot to unpack there. I don't know where, for example, the crossing the chasm part, right?
I mean, I would also start by, meanwhile you're looking for these, I'll probably start by saying you don't put together the previous and do an average, because that's not how you should do it, right? Because it's going to be smaller than...
Yeah, exactly. And so there's a lot of things that but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is effectively the truth. We are crossing this cavern, right? With the ETF, we crossed the cavern.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? We're still on the way up here, right? So unfortunately, the key thing here about this, so there is a possibility of this $1 million price, right?
Yes.
Just keep that in mind. Because the reason why is that the next phase, this phase is the biggest phase up here, moving all the way up here. Because this is nothing, right? And the question is amount of time, right? How much time does it take to get to up here? And you can see that when you see Microsoft, Apple, right, Amazon, they had this grow up phase, right, in the dot-com bubble, crossed the chasm, and then took a while. But as Amazon is up here, Apple's up here, Microsoft's up here, right? It's actually on this side now.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
It's really on this side over here, right? Of the adoption curve. I mean, it's now there's everybody's here that wants to be there, right? Even Tesla is probably on this side, right?
Yeah, they already had their moments.
Exactly. So effectively, right? We don't know what the timing is for this big move. How long is it going to be? Is it going to be this year? Is it going to be 10 years? Is it going to be? We don't know. But we do know, right? It's coming.
I 100% agree. 100% agree on that.
It's coming.
100% agree.
And usually, right, when you're talking from the chasm here, it's anywhere from, it's millions of percent.
Yeah, even a little movement equals a huge amount of profits, right? I mean, I completely agree with you. I don't disagree with him. It's just I found it hard to believe that we are going to get in 2025 $1.4 million per Bitcoin. I think it's way too bullish. It could happen. Yes, anything could happen. But I think the chances are maybe in the next couple of cycles, maybe.
So yeah. So couldn't we get like Bitcoin to 1,000x here, right? That would put it at not a million, not 10 million, right? Not 100 million, but $1 billion. It could because of the way the fiat system works, right? It can do something like 100 million. Yeah, it's 100 million. Sorry. So that'd be 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Yeah, that's right. 1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000x. 1 billion per coin. Yeah, I mean, if nobody sells it, if people get on that, why the frig would I sell this route, right? For paper money, when they understand the concept of, there's no point in selling it ever. They understand that concept. I'll just borrow against it, right? Then yeah.
Keep my asset and get dollars and borrow it against it. And then the real question is how much would be worth $1? Like if we get to a point where Bitcoin is bananas, the purchasing power will be in the toilet. It will be like Zimbabwe, where you need millions of dollars to buy a piece of bread or a potato, right? So there's also that argument. But
Exactly.
in 10 years, yeah, sure, we can do it. But this cycle, 1.4 million, whoa, that's, I mean, I hope to be wrong, but I don't think we'll see 1.4 million. That's just a little bit bullish. I like the math too, Laura. So I don't know. We'll see. What we do know that we will see it's gonna go higher, right? It could go higher. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that's the plan for Bitcoin, right? Anyways, let's play with Trump. Let's hear about Trump saving Bitcoin.
Bills passed in the next few months?
Well, it's a very funny thing, crypto. So I became a fan of crypto, and to me, it's an industry. I view it as an industry, and I'm president. And if we didn't have it, China would, or somebody else would, but most likely China. China would love to. And we've dominated that industry. It's a big industry, by the way. In fact, when the stock market went down recently, crypto and Bitcoin and all of that went down much less than anybody else as a group. And we've created a very powerful industry, and that's much more important than anything that we invest in. We invest in it, but really that was an industry that wasn't doing particularly well. I got involved with it a couple of years ago, and before the second term. I got involved before I decided to run. I only decided to run because I saw what was happening, and Biden was incompetent, and the administration was crooked and incompetent, and I was in Bitcoin then, not knowing if I was going to do it a third time. So it's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces. And I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar. And it's a great thing for our country. So I don't care about investing. You know, I have I have kids and they invest in different things. They do believe in it. But I'm president. And what I did do there is build an industry that's very important. And, you know, if we didn't have it, China would. Okay.
Sir, Mr. President.
I need to sit down. I need to sit down. Damn.
Okay. Whatever. It's like you made Bitcoin. Bruh.
It wasn't doing well, but now that I'm here, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Okay, guys, it is what it is. It's going to save it. To be fair, when he came in Nashville and did the speech thing, you could tell that he was reading a script. I mean, this is going to help, right? So it's positive, but...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, guys, you need to remember he's a politician. So we do not trust politicians, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder why.
Because every time they open their mouth, they lie.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you can tell when they're lying, right?
Exactly. But the good news is in 10 years from now, Bitcoin doesn't need any president.
Exactly.
They need Bitcoin. You know, the presidents need Bitcoin, not the other way around.
All right.
Disclaimer, soap and towels.
Yes, it's soap and towels episode now. Like, please be careful out there, man. If you guys buy any of the crappy coins that we buy, and they go to zero, which you know a few of them have.
Yeah, it happened.
Right? This is your fault insurance you need to take out. If we buy something and it goes to the moon and you didn't buy it and you want to cry, that's still your fault insurance. So it's up to you. We suggest you buy Bitcoin. But if you don't and you want to play in the meme coin space, right, just make sure that you put on your big boy pants, right?
Yeah, you would need them.
Yeah.
That's
Seriously.
for sure.
Seriously.
How's the portfolio looking?
Well,
Speaking of which,
speaking about pants, right? We might need depends, right? It's not so bad, right?
oh, okay, no, it's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so bad because Solana pumped a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
no, exactly. Solana saved the day.
So with that said, right, we've got Sleepy Coin, which it's sleeping on us, man. It's sleeping on us.
Hey, it didn't rag. Yeah,
What do you mean? It's 65K. Wouldn't you call that a rug?
it could go higher.
65K market cap.
It could go higher. I mean,
How do you not call that a rug?
well, it's like sideways after it rugged. So it's kind of, it's sleeping. That's what it's saying. It's gonna wake
It's
up.
just sleeping for a while.
gonna
Yes,
wake
it's
up.
sleeping. Yes. Don't disturb it, man.
It's gonna,
It's gonna get up. It's gonna get
it's
up.
gonna wake up and surprise everybody. It could be the one who retire the
They're gonna
bloodline.
change it to Wake Coin.
Oh shit, we're gonna sell. This is what we're gonna sell. You don't want the wake coin. The walk coin.
The Woke Coin.
Oh no, thank you.
Oh damn.
Okay, but it is what it is. We're not selling now, right? There's no point.
Oh, McDonald's move, right? I mean, did we buy this thing down? Yeah.
What is the McDonald's out there?
Yeah. Yeah, it started breaking and then came back up again. So
I mean, it could go higher from here.
yeah, I
What are you
mean,
thinking?
well, I think we could have probably come back up a little bit and then do another McDonald's move down, stuff like that, maybe.
Do you think we're going down to the blue line?
Let's see. This is not so hot.
I mean, let's see what you see.
Yeah, so maybe you can probably get to 78.6. It bounced off it already, right here. See, boom, right. So that's not coincidence, and we're gonna probably retest that.
Retest that one.
Right, and then the 88.6 is right about here. So
Okay, so we're gonna wait until.
so we're gonna retest this wick here down here. So wow, yeah, it's gonna be a rough ride for purple Bitcoin.
And it's gone.
Viva beep.
Yeah, purple people. I think we got screwed. We got effed on this one.
This one is,
fucked us.
This one, yeah, big time. Big time.
Damn.
Okay.
All right, Peppa Peep. Look at that. I mean, she's back up.
$122.
Well, look at that. The $122 volume, all sales.
Damn.
Damn. Well, let's go over some of my meme coins. Ooh, look at that. We're at almost 5 million market cap.
Is that
That was in May when everything was pumping, and then
Is this the absolute bottom? So you're basically buying the absolute bottom.
Exactly,
Right?
you are bottom.
Oh wow.
They're still on many exchanges and stuff like that, so we're still good to go. Right, and same with Orc. We're at the bottom here, right? Wow, Mao. We're gonna get this thing to beat out Orc and Waffles, right? At least one time in this cycle, and get ahead of it. And looking at, we had to break this down. Remember this uptrend? Can't break it, and we did. It is what it is.
Damn, everything is getting slaughtered.
Exactly.
I mean,
it is a lot of meme coins are getting like.
Yeah, no, exactly. Not
But
just.
at least they're not rugging, right?
Yeah, no,
This
exactly.
is not rug territory.
But not just these guys. Everything is getting. But how's the dominance looking?
No, let's take a look at the dominance.
Because I think the dominance is destroying everything, man. Still,
Well, I mean, it's still trying to get to that high that I've been telling you guys that we're going to get up to to that red line. That red line, 66%, 66.6. How evil? Once it gets that line, right? It's crazy how They seem to always get those markers there. But anyways, that's the marker. Let's see what happens.
What time frame is this one? 2 weeks. Damn.
I know, and I've been telling you.
Yeah, no, you got this line drawn since I can't remember. Damn.
Yeah, look, it held this line here, right? Fail, tried to come back, fail. It came back up, and then failed, and then came. Nope. There you go. So look at that. It's just beautiful, right?
Just a manual. Well, how is it looking on the weekly or daily on a different time frame? Is it looking still?
Yeah, bullish.
Yeah, super bullish. It's hopping up like a bunny.
Taking the staircase up.
Yeah, exactly. Staircase to heaven.
So there you go.
That's why everything is crashed.
Exactly.
Ah.
All right. So with that said, let's get some wow Mao.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's
I'm surprised we are above 9K. I'm really surprised. I was expecting, was it Friday was what, 7,000? So I was expecting 6. But like you said, Solana, right?
Yeah, exactly. Solana pumped. And let's get some nice MACD 15. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, whatever. Let's go and get some.
We've also pumped, right?
Whiff?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at that. Got a whiff. Yeah, exactly. Pumped heavy.
How much did we buy on this one? Did we get 0.5?
I don't know how much we got. Yeah, it's like sometimes it shows you how much you got, sometimes it doesn't.
Because I remember we bought some when it was really bad and said, we're going to stick with some of the OGs. I did pump a little bit. GigaChad is 300?
Yeah, GigaChad. It's still not the greatest, but I don't know what happened, why. It's just, it went down a bit, but anyways.
Okay, guys, don't spam the chat, please. Just say your thing only once.
It's weird how it's not that up. It's not up that much, right?
But did you see the double bottom there? This is where we gone in.
Yeah, exactly. So we've made some cash, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We got a whiff for the whiff. Alrighty, let's. What else should we buy? Peppa Peep, just because.
Peppa Peep, because it's a sponsor. It's a sponsor. It's not the sponsor, but it's the mascot. We don't even know the devs. We don't have no affiliations with this, but this is why the show was invented.
Exactly.
So we had to have it, and we will hold it forever.
And then borrow against it.
I would like to buy a house on the farm. This is my Peppa Peep.
Peppa Peep.
Who said? Laura said we are the Michael Saylor of Peppa Peep.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get a whole one, right? To offset that seller.
Yeah. This is. I
Damn,
think
we're getting like 6 million or something like that.
So we are the only one buying this thing.
Damn. We're gonna own every single coin in this thing.
There is no second Peppa Peep.
Exactly. There's no second best than Peppa Peep. Meme
There's
coin.
no second Peep.
There's no second Peep. All right, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna start looking for some
Hunting for some gems.
high quality. Let's just get one.
High quality. What's that? The blue monster there.
Fake coin.
Fake coin.
Fake it till you make it.
Wow. This coin is worth billions.
How about new?
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Solid.
He's
solid
faking it.
marketing.
Faking it.
Solid marketing.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
Alrighty then.
This is gonna end up.
You think we
Really
should buy
bad.
this?
This is gonna hurt. But
Yes. Let's get some.
point one. Something.
You think we're gonna get hurt on this one?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yes,
Yeah, probably.
highly likely. The cool thing about us being the only one buying Peppa Peep is that we'll be able to sell it and still get our money back because
We have all the supply. We have all the supply. Dang. I don't even know how we found it, but it was hilarious. No protection on fake coin. What do you think? We're gonna ride it,
raw.
ride or die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably gonna double and
we missed it.
And missed it. And it's gone.
It's gone.
And it's gone.
Oh well.
Okay, I'm gonna ban some people because they are driving me nuts. Guys, say your thing in the chat once, please. You don't need to spam. If there is many other people on the stream, right? Be nice.
Useless coin.
Useless coin. Didn't we found this already?
No.
I know that's a
new one. It's a new useless coin.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this is on a rampage.
Yeah, it's 100. What? It's 200 million dollar market cap.
Useless coin. Didn't we saw this?
I could have swore we saw this. Yeah.
And we said, didn't we buy this?
Did we? No, we didn't buy this. Maybe we didn't see this. No, I don't remember seeing this image or anything.
But I remember the useless. So maybe it was something similar. Look at that pump.
Similar. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, this is also the 4 hours time frame. Dang. I mean, we're definitely not buying the top here.
No. We're passing on this one. Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
That would have been a good buy. What's that salami there, down there? Someone in the chat is saying, I think it's this one down there.
This one?
That one over there. This one. Is it this one? Is this salami? Oh, wow. It's a good pump. Is it supposed to be like the Facebook? Remember
Exactly.
the logo?
Salami. Let's do it.
What's this?
I don't know. But let's
I'm
do
just
it
a salami on the salami blockchain. Why I don't get it. What is that supposed to be?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be?
It's nonsense. It's all nonsense to me. We're buying it.
But we're gonna buy it. This is nonsense. We're gonna get some. Hey, this could go higher. What is the?
It could go higher.
Could go back to the top, right? Get some salami. I guess if it was salami, but I don't get it. But
Don't sell your salami.
exactly.
Damn.
I mean, he pumped quite heavily.
Yeah,
So-
let's see. Let's see. If, some girls like salami.
See, exactly. The guys do. The guys like salami too. So, yeah.
Oh damn!
Oh boy.
Alrighty then. Let's
Q&A.
Q&A for today.
All right. So XRP will overtake Bitcoin in market cap one day.
How about no? Bruh.
Stupid.
So I was looking for. No.
Okay.
Dude, I'm sorry, but no.
No.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. Nah. But he could go higher.
It could go higher.
I like this. You don't go from 0 to 100K and stop. Yes, that's true. That's true. Someone is asking why Bitcoin is being saved by Trump. It was a joke, Dimitri. We played the video and
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
go and rewatch it.
Exactly.
Okay, another one about Ripples. Hey friends, what do you think about Ripple? Okay, can we put the tweet thing that Gary did?
Yes, this
All right.
is-
I'll share something that
This
one
was a
one of-
beautiful tweet.
Exactly. Someone in my comments left an explanation for you. So I couldn't have said any better. So we might as well play. I think I tweeted it this morning. No.
Yeah, you did.
There you go. If you go over there, scroll down a little bit.
Where is it? Where is it?
There, and click on that one and read it, because this is perfection,
I know exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
read this and you will know exactly how we feel, because Gary gets it.
Gary understands.
Gary gets it.
Gary has a few brain cells, unlike an XRP army.
I still would like to know how they've done it.
I know exactly.
Just asking for a friend.
Exactly.
So we kind of, because they managed to, they managed to do some magic right
Exactly. Like some voodoo magic.
there. I know. But I mean, some of them are bots, but some of them are real. Oh, that's a good one. Where do you see Doge in 2025? That's a good one. I think $1.
We should get
Yeah.
to $1, but I don't know. Doge is like not doging it.
I know. Nothing is dodging it at the moment. I mean, Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin, but
Exactly.
everything else.
Next.
Yeah. What other coin rather than Bitcoin have a biggest chance in this bull market? Satoshis?
Yeah, exactly.
Satoshis?
Exactly. Get some Satoshis, man. Jesus, guys, man. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm betting on, but I can't tell you that it's gonna do well in this market. I'm betting on, I'm starting to move money into T coin threshold, and not saying that you should do the same, but this is what I'm doing. And because I believe that other cryptocurrencies supporting Bitcoin will do well in this market, right? So, because Bitcoin, well, billions of dollars will be going there, billions of dollars are going to go in the stock market, and so people are just going to associate, well, hey, you know what? Anything that supports Bitcoin is probably going to do well, so I'm going to invest in that. And so there it is.
Yeah. And like we said in the video we recorded in your Maybach, which I uploaded last night, you just need to make sure you have a large bag of Bitcoin, because that will forgive anything else. And I understand the need of finding small caps that will give you more in return, but that's a really high risk.
High risk.
So stick with Bitcoin.
Right? Because, it could threshold could die, it could do nothing, it could go to the moon. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think Ethereum is going to go to 10,000 because of demands for big banks. I really hope so. But
Yeah, you and Vitalik too.
so holding hands.
Exactly.
I don't know,
Wow.
man. It's rough. It's really rough at the moment. Ethereum is not performing as
Not
it
gonna
should
happen.
have. So, and like Da Vinci said, I think it was last week, the all-time high is gonna see so much selling.
A mountain of selling. So we won't even get close. We'll get to maybe the 4,000, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe. What do you think about Sui? I don't think about Sui.
Yeah, me neither.
Sorry, I don't think about it.
We don't consider it.
Yeah, I know that Raoul Paul has 70% of his portfolio in Sui.
Yeah, it might do well. So,
Yeah.
but
I just don't think about it. I'm sorry. I'm a boring maxi. That's it.
Thanks.
I don't think about that much.
One more question and we'll call it a day.
Let me know if you see something here.
Scroll down. Let's see here.
A lot of random coins that we don't
Yeah, exactly.
don't know.
Correcting Bitcoin making
Oops, I thought I clicked it. There you go. Bitcoin, I think he
Making
wants
a
to say
correction?
making a correction, yeah.
Yeah, there might be a correction coming in. I talked about it in the episode. I mean, watch today's show that's going to be coming. I'm not gonna show a chart actually, but watch today's later on show. The show that I have, that because I talked about the price action and what I see coming with the correction and stuff like that. Is it correcting now? Jesus, I thought it would correct a little bit.
It's 107.6, yeah.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
They didn't. It didn't wait for me. Oh, damn.
How is it pulling back a little bit? Well, that's understandable because Michael Saylor tweeted, and there is always a bump on a Sunday and a dump on a Monday.
So there's a thing, right? It was hit this like trend line. I didn't think it was just hit it and go, but it did, right? I mean, this trend line drove from like not too long ago, like last week, and then I thought it was I knew it was gonna back off somewhere from there, but I thought it was just gonna wick past it a little bit, and then back off.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we still are on like 93 on the cards, right? Like there could be like a correction for Bitcoin coming in.
Yeah, because there's a gap here, so.
But that doesn't mean the bull market is finished. It's just a correction. Summer is boring and all that kind of stuff. So overall, I think so. Last one, thoughts on Chainlink. I actually like Chainlink. I think it's going to do extremely well. But if you would have asked me the same questions 2 years ago, I would have a very different target because of altcoin season. And it's in my portfolio, but again, a small amount, right? So Bitcoin is king.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Cheers.